Welcome back to another episode of SOR 2018-144 Medical Home Grow How-To, Q&A, sleight of hand, all that kind of jazzy stuff, methodology, techniques, and from a personal home grow medical grower, 2 years in the making up to 3-year mark, and also applying other skill sets I've learned through gardening and having a green thumb over the course of being a homeowner and such like that over the last 10 to 20 years. So bringing all that to you, most importantly, we recycle everywhere, not just Fleurysh Ventures Ltd or hashtag decolonizecannabis, but in our home. And that's what this show brings. And most importantly, kicking things off with this first series of SOR 2018-144, I demonstrated most importantly is, like anybody getting started, what are you going to have access to around the house? And when we hit legalization 2018, 3 years later, lo and behold, there's still a little bit of stigmatization around. So I mean, you have great places like Growers and Smokers locally here in Manitoba where you can find a supply of this local demand, and other great spots. If you talk to bud tenders even and retail store owners, they have master growers, right? They have new connections and that network's building, so they can reach out to those places. They have that audience as well, and more people are becoming more familiar to rocking out your 4-plant limit. So it gets really expensive. If you get into the technologies, the technicality, all the quality assurance measures that you really could apply as far as turnkey and like that whole chain lock system as far as that technology goes into drip to drain, feed systems, censoring systems in the grow space that monitor your plants and basically let you know every single day from the root to the cap, flower, or even just shoot, exactly how the plant is responding to its environment. So I mean, it gets up there, but so does the dollar value. So here right off the bat, you just caught me, I was shaking up. What I do for my vegging plants in my mother plant area, what I call is a week 3 steady blend, Dakine 420 nutrients. And you'll see that www.fleurishventureslimited.com, that I carry their product also for wholesale and resale, and I apply them to my home medical product, Health Canada approved. The juiciness you're about to see here is how simple it gets. When I started off with these guys, I was using a basin system of sorts at around 40 liters and mixing and stirring and that, and it started to obviously residue in that. So I reached out, and of course Danius there at Dakine 420, super helpful. We started to connect, built up a business relationship. And I let him know exactly how I was feeding, and I was keeping it hand fed. I run a low, very low daytime LED system for lighting that never exceeds 100 watts, believe it or not. And with these nutrients, I'm getting a very decent quality that helps offset offset the notebook as far as cost value goes on out external shopping at retail stores. And so safety first, public safety ultimately number one. Even the home grow method is chemicals, WHMIS, all of that. This still applies in this environment. So condensing it down to a 4-liter milk jug, that's super easy. So I had already applied CalMag before you got Dakine 420. When you order your nutrients, provide everything out. If you go through us as well, you're going to end up with a feed chart. So I know mine offhand. I know I'm going for, if I was based on the 40 liter basin I started with, at 30 grams of grow and the base, as well as 10 grams of CalMag. So I write that amount on the lids of what each full cap weighs to per container. And then I know that offhand. So for the CalMag, it's a condensed little version, a portion of this. For the grow and the base, however, at a 30-gram limit, condensed down to here, they're basically going to end up each with one full measuring cup of Dakine 420 standard, basically. And if while I'm talking here, you're having a look around, so you'll notice a few things, and that's what particular to this episode 5 is going to be bringing to you. A lot of the home. So one, you see this empty milk jug, which we have twins and 2 other older children, and my wife and I, and we love milk, and everyone loves chocolate milk. This is a common feature. 5 of these in our house, 1 almost per day, guaranteed, through the 7-day work week. And so we look at a different resource for them. So one, I like to give this a quick stir, give it a quick shake, and you can just, like here, I can observe That's what's important here. Easy to handle, accessible. One, in my grow space, it's locked away, so I'm not going to get mixed up with anything as far as that would go for accessibility to anyone for consumption at all, mistaken for anything. I do mark them after a while. So this one here, week 1 flowering system. So that has been used once, and then I rinse it out, and it does go to the recycling. And the reason why I stick with these, I ultimately figure the milk that we consume in this was safe by Health Canada standards. I'm mixing my Health Canada approved nutrients in these for a one-time use cycle feed. They're rinse, flush, the container's not as harmless, and it goes again to the recycling. So I keep it up, but it goes even further than that, baby! Oh yeah, so I'm gonna let that sit for a minute while I take my magic pointer stick here. One, voila, after each harvest, you're lucky enough to end up with something like this. I'm collecting these a little bit. It's not a live plant. I keep them out and about, just like not out and about my house. I keep them outside of the house, but like out where we store our firewood and all of that. And they're basically, I'm trying to think of a few different uses. I've sanded a few, I've whittled a few, and I've seen some great art coming to life through this in the cannabis community. And so I'm going to keep curing these and letting them sit off. So there's no live plants kicking around here, as you can see, but I did recently harvest a medical lot. And if you're wondering on all the reviews that I do, my lots are going to High North Labs out in Ontario for my own personal review after awards. Guess what? That costs $1,650. So if you are just beginning and getting a stockpile, I picked this sucker up locally. Soil test kit. Okay, and it does come with instructions, very simple instructions, and I'm going to apply this method tomorrow when I get to my other plants, and we bring up episode 6 and almost